In a world where stable income is hard to come by, you need to stop living in denial and start making plans for your financial future. Let's not waste any more time and get down to business. Prepare yourself for an immersive experience. Get comfortable and grab a pen and a paper and take notes. Feel free to pause the video if needed. If you find any value in this video, why not show your appreciation by giving us a like and hitting that subscribe button? Here are 15 brutally honest steps to get your finances in order. Number 1. Admit you're financially irresponsible. Let's cut through the noise and get straight to the point. Excuses, my friends, are nothing but empty words that won't pay your bills or secure your future. Whether you're pointing fingers at others, rationalizing your overspending, or conveniently avoiding any form of financial planning, it's time to wake up and smell the reality check. Listen, I get it. It's easy to blame your circumstances, your upbringing, or even the economy for your financial woes. But here's the harsh truth. Nobody cares about your excuses. Your creditors certainly won't accept them, and your bank account won't magically replenish itself because you've got a laundry list of reasons why you can't get your act together. Let's stop the pity party and start taking ownership of our actions. No more blaming the universe for your lack of financial literacy or pointing fingers at the system for being rigged against you. Sure, life may throw curveballs your way, but it's how you respond to them that defines your future. And let's talk about overspending for a moment, shall we? We've all been guilty of splurging on things we don't need, whether it's that fancy new gadget or that designer handbag. But here's the reality check. That temporary high you get from retail therapy won't last long, especially when you're staring at an empty bank account at the end of the month. Stop justifying your overspending with flimsy excuses like I deserve it or I'll make more money eventually. Newsflash, you're not entitled to anything you can't afford, and relying on a future windfall to bail you out of your financial mess is a recipe for disaster. And let's not forget about the dreaded F word, financial planning. I know it sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, but guess what? It's the key to unlocking your financial freedom. So stop avoiding it like the plague and start taking proactive steps to secure your future. It's time to roll up our sleeves, take control of our finances, and start making things happen. No more blaming others or justifying overspending, and no more avoiding the hard work. The time for action is now. Number 2, stop making excuses. Making excuses for your financial troubles is like relying on a chocolate teapot to settle bills or safeguard your future. Whether you're busy blaming others, rationalizing overspending, or evading financial planning altogether, it's time to bid farewell to these excuses and embrace proactive steps towards financial empowerment. Let's get one thing straight. Nobody cares about your excuses. Your landlord won't care that your dog ate your rent check or you couldn't access the website to pay your rent, and your bank won't give you a pat on the back for blaming the economy for your financial woes. It's time to stop playing the blame game and start owning up to your responsibilities. Blaming others for your financial mess. Cut it out. Sure, maybe your boss is a jerk or your parents didn't teach you the first thing about money management, but guess what? You're an adult now, and it's time to start taking control of your own destiny. And let's talk about overspending, shall we? Just because you had a bad day or you saw something shiny doesn't mean you need to whip out that credit card faster than you can say retail therapy. Stop justifying your overspending with weak excuses like I'll pay it off later or I deserve it. Spoiler alert, you don't, and that debt is going to come back to bite you in the butt. And let's not even touch upon the topic of financial planning. I understand it's not the most thrilling activity, but here's the deal. It's the key ingredient to achieving financial prosperity. So instead of dodging it like it's contagious, let's buckle down and prioritize managing your finances wisely. Number 3, face your financial reality. We're about to dive headfirst into some real talk. It's time to grab the bull by the horns and take a long, hard look at your finances. I'm talking about crunching the numbers, facing the cold, hard truth, and owning up to your financial reality. Now I get it. The thought of sitting down and tallying up your income, expenses, debts, and savings might make you break out in a cold sweat. But guess what? Avoiding it won't make your financial problems disappear. It's time to rip off that Band-Aid and confront those numbers head-on. Take a moment to calculate your monthly income. Go ahead, jot it down. Now tally up your monthly expenses. Rent, utilities, groceries, the whole 9 yards. And don't forget about those pesky debts hanging over your head like a dark cloud. Add them up too. Finally, take a look at your savings, or lack thereof. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. Seeing those numbers laid out in black and white can be a gut punch. Maybe you're spending way more than you're earning. Maybe you're drowning in debt with no end in sight. Or maybe your savings account is looking out as barren as the Sahara Desert. But here's the thing. Confronting those numbers is the first step to taking control of your financial destiny. It's like shining a light into the darkest corners of your financial situation and saying, enough is enough. Sure, it might be uncomfortable. It might force you to confront some harsh truths about your spending habits or your financial priorities. But guess what? That discomfort is nothing compared to the empowerment that comes from taking control of your finances. Stop burying your head in the sand. It's time to kick things into overdrive and start making some serious changes. Whether it's cutting back on unnecessary expenses, creating a budget, or tackling that mountain of debt, the power to transform your financial future is in your hands. Grab that calculator, face those numbers, and take the first step towards financial empowerment. Your future self will thank you for it. Number 4, set clear financial goals. It's time to define what financial success means to you. I'm not talking about some vague notion of being rich or having lots of money. I'm talking about setting clear, tangible goals that will guide your financial decisions and set you on the path to true financial freedom. So, what does financial success look like for you? Is it finally paying off that mountain of debt that's been hanging over your head like a dark cloud? Is it socking away enough money to retire comfortably and live out your golden years in style? Or maybe it's finally being able to plant your flag and call a piece of property your own. Whatever it is, it's time to get crystal clear about it. Write it down, say it out loud, shout it from the rooftops if you have to. Make sure you set a SMART goal, meaning specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Once you've defined your financial goal, it's time to break it down into bite-sized chunks. How much do you need to save each month to reach that goal? What steps do you need to take to get there? Do you need to cut back on expenses like buying that morning coffee and make your own? Increase your income? Or maybe a little bit of both? Now, I won't lie to you. Achieving financial success takes discipline, dedication, and a whole lot of hard work. It means saying no to impulse purchases, sticking to a budget, and making some tough choices along the way. But trust me when I say this, the payoff is worth it. No more putting off your financial goals for someday. It's time to roll up your sleeves, set those goals, and start taking action. Whether it's paying off debt, saving for retirement, or buying a home, the power to achieve financial success is in your hands. Number 5, create a realistic budget. It's time to stop living beyond your means and start taking control of your finances like a boss. And the first step, creating a realistic budget that's going to set you up for success. Listen up, because I'm about to drop some truth bombs. If you're constantly spending more than you earn, you're digging yourself into a financial hole that's going to be damn hard to climb out of. It's time to put an end to this cycle of overspending and start living within your means. I get it. Creating a budget is not the most exciting thing to do, but trust me, it's the secret sauce to financial freedom. Start by tallying up your monthly income. Go ahead, grab those pay stubs and add up those digits. Next, take a hard look at your expenses. And I mean a real hard look. What are you blowing your hard-earned cash on each month? Those daily lattes we mentioned earlier, the latest gadgets, eating out every night? It's time to cut the fluff and trim the fat. Once you've got a clear picture of where your money is going, it's time to prioritize. What are your financial goals? Maybe you're looking to beef up your emergency fund, save for a down payment on a house, or finally pay off that student loan debt that's been hanging over your head like a dark cloud. Whatever it is, make sure your budget aligns with those goals. That means cutting out unnecessary expenses, tightening the purse strings, and making some tough choices along the way. Sure, it might mean sacrificing a few luxuries in the short term, but trust me, the payoff is going to be worth it in the long run. Number 6, increase your income. It's time to talk about leveling up your income game. If your current paycheck can barely cover your living expenses, it's time to roll up your sleeves and take matters into your own hands. Because here's the thing, if you want to achieve your financial goals, you need to find ways to increase your income. First things first. Take a long, hard look at your current job situation. Are you being paid what you're worth? If not, it's time to muster up some courage and have that tough conversation with your boss. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself and negotiate a raise that reflects your skills and contributions. But hey, maybe a raise isn't in the cards right now. No worries. There are plenty of other ways to boost your earning potential. Ever thought about starting a side hustle? Whether it's freelancing, consulting, or selling your handmade crafts online, there are endless opportunities to turn your skills and passions into cold, hard cash. If you're feeling ambitious, why not consider investing in yourself? Whether it's taking a course to learn a new skill, pursuing a certification, or even going back to school for that degree you've been dreaming about, investing in your education can open doors to higher paying opportunities down the road. Look, I get it. Increasing your income isn't always easy. It takes hustle, determination, and a whole lot of grit. But trust me when I say this, the payoff is worth it. Imagine being able to save more, invest in your future, and finally achieve the financial freedom you've been dreaming about. That's the kind of life-changing potential that comes with boosting your earning power. Number 7, prioritize debt repayment. We're about to tackle one of the biggest roadblocks on your path to financial freedom: debt. Debt is like a heavy weight dragging you down, holding you back from reaching your full potential. But here's the good news. You have the power to break free from its grip and reclaim control of your finances. First things first, prioritize debt repayment like your life depends on it. Because let me tell you, it kinda does. Start by taking a close look at all your debts. Credit cards, student loans, personal loans, lay them all out on the table and get ready to face them head on. Now here's the key. Focus on tackling those high-interest debts first. Those suckers are like financial vampires, draining your hard-earned cash with sky-high interest rates. By paying them off first, you'll stop the bleeding and free up more money to put towards your other debts. But hey, If you're feeling overwhelmed by multiple debts, don't sweat it. There are plenty of options out there to help you consolidate your loans and streamline your repayment process. Whether it's through a debt consolidation loan, balance transfer credit card, or debt management plan, consolidating your debts can make it easier to stay on track and save you money in the long run. And don't forget to explore repayment options for your student loans. Whether it's through income-driven repayment plans, loan forgiveness programs, or refinancing options, there are ways to make your student loan burden more manageable and take some of the pressure off your shoulders. Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Getting out of debt takes time, discipline, and a whole lot of sacrifice. But trust me when I say this, the feeling of freedom that comes from being debt-free is worth every penny pinched and every sacrifice made along the way. Number 8, build an emergency fund. This is one of the most important financial safety nets you can have. An emergency fund. Life is full of curveballs, and when the unexpected comes knocking, having a stash of cash to fall back on can mean the difference between weathering the storm and getting knocked off course. Here's the deal. Start by setting a goal to build an emergency fund that can cover at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. I'm talking about rent, utilities, groceries, the basics that keep a roof over your head and food on the table. Having this cushion of cash can provide peace of mind and keep you afloat when life throws you a curveball. Now, I get it. Saving up that kind of money might seem daunting, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. But here's the secret. Start small and gradually increase your savings over time. Even squirreling away a few bucks here and there can add up faster than you think. Look for ways to trim your expenses and free up some extra cash to put towards your emergency fund. Maybe it's cutting back on those daily lattes, cooking at home instead of dining out, or canceling that gym membership you never use. Every little bit counts when it comes to building your financial safety net. And hey, if you're feeling ambitious, consider automating your savings. Set up a direct deposit into a separate savings account specifically earmarked for your emergency fund. That way, you won't even miss the money, and you'll be surprised at how quickly it adds up. Number 9, invest wisely. Investing is one of the most powerful tools for building wealth. But first things first, let's address the elephant in the room: fear and ignorance. They're like two bullies standing in the way of your financial success. But guess what? You have the power to show them who's boss. Here's the deal. Don't let fear or ignorance hold you back from investing. Sure, the stock market might seem like a wild roller coaster ride, and the world of finance might feel like a foreign language. But here's the truth. With a little bit of education and a whole lot of determination, you can become a savvy investor in no time. Start by educating yourself about different investment options. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate. There's a whole smorgasbord of options out there, each with its own risks and rewards. Take the time to do your homework, read up on investment strategies, and learn from the experts. And here's a pro tip. Start investing early. Like yesterday, the sooner you start investing, the more time your money has to grow and compound. It's like planting seeds in a garden. The earlier you plant them, the bigger the harvest will be down the road. But hey, here's the kicker. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is the name of the game when it comes to investing. Spread your money across a variety of investments to minimize risk and maximize returns. That way, if one investment tanks, you won't lose your shirt. Number 10, protect your assets. Life is unpredictable, full of twists and turns that can throw even the best plans off track. But here's the good news. You can take proactive steps to safeguard your hard-earned assets and ensure that you and your loved ones are protected no matter what life throws your way. First things first. Let's talk insurance. I know it's about as thrilling as observing grass grow. But trust me when I say this, having the right insurance policies in place can mean the difference between financial stability and financial ruin. Start by investing in health insurance. Medical bills can be a major financial burden, especially if you find yourself facing a serious illness or injury. Having health insurance can help mitigate those costs and ensure that you have access to the care you need without breaking the bank. Next up, life insurance. I know it's not the most pleasant topic to think about, but the truth is, none of us are invincible. Life insurance provides a financial safety net for your loved ones in the event of your untimely death, helping to cover expenses like funeral costs, mortgage payments, and living expenses. And let's not forget about disability insurance. Accidents happen, and if you find yourself unable to work due to a disability, disability insurance can provide a source of income to help you make ends meet until you're able to return to work. Look, I get it. Insurance policies can feel like just another monthly expense, but trust me when I say this. They're worth every penny. Think of them as a safety net, protecting you and your loved ones from financial catastrophe and giving you peace of mind knowing that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way. Number 11. Plan for retirement. I know. Retirement might seem like a distant speck on the horizon, but trust me when I say this. The sooner you start planning, the better off you'll be when that glorious day finally rolls around. First things first. Don't wait until it's too late to start saving for retirement. I'm talking about contributing to retirement accounts and pensions. These accounts are like golden tickets to financial freedom in your golden years, and the earlier you start contributing, the more time your money has to grow and compound. And here's the kicker. Take advantage of employer matching contributions. If your employer offers a matching program for your retirement contributions, you'd be crazy not to take full advantage of it. It's like getting free money for your retirement savings. Talk about a win-win. But hey, I get it. Retirement planning can feel overwhelming, especially if you're just starting out. That's why it's important to start small and gradually increase your contributions over time. Even setting aside a small percentage of your paycheck each month can add up faster than you think. And here's the thing. The earlier you start planning for retirement, the more options you'll have down the road. Whether it's traveling the world, pursuing your passions, or spending time with loved ones, retirement is your time to live life on your own terms. But in order to do that, you need to start planning now. Number 12. Educate yourself. When it comes to achieving long-term financial success, there's no substitute for a solid foundation of financial literacy. And guess what? You have the power to educate yourself and become a master of your own financial destiny. First things first, take the time to educate yourself about personal finance topics. I'm talking about budgeting, investing, taxes, retirement planning, the works. These are the building blocks of financial freedom, and the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make smart financial decisions. But here's the thing. You don't need a fancy degree or a Wall Street pedigree to become financially literate. There are plenty of resources out there to help you learn the ins and outs of personal finance. Take courses, read books, listen to podcasts. Heck, even watch YouTube videos like this one. And don't be afraid to seek advice from financial professionals, whether it's a financial advisor, a tax accountant, or a retirement planner. These folks have the knowledge and expertise to help you navigate the sometimes murky waters of personal finance. The responsibility ultimately lies with you. Nobody cares more about your financial future than you do, so it's up to you to take the reins and become the master of your own financial destiny. Number 13, surround yourself with financially savvy people. You've probably heard the saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And let me tell you, when it comes to money, truer words were never spoken. Here's the deal. Surround yourself with financially savvy individuals who inspire and motivate you to make smart financial decisions. These are the folks who have their financial decisions. These are the folks who have their financial ducks in a row, who know the ins and outs of investing, budgeting, and saving for the future. And by surrounding yourself with them, you'll naturally start to absorb their habits, attitudes, and mindset when it comes to money. It's not just about finding people who are good with money. It's about finding people who align with your values and goals, who share your vision for the future, and who can provide support and guidance along the way. Take a look around you. Are the people you're spending the most time with lifting you up or dragging you down when it comes to your finances? Are they inspiring you to level up your financial game, or are they leading you down the path of overspending and financial irresponsibility? If it's the latter, it might be time to make some changes. Seek out new friends, mentors, or even online communities who share your passion for financial literacy and are committed to helping each other achieve their goals. Remember, you have the power to shape your financial future, and the people you surround yourself with can either lift you up or hold you back. So choose wisely, my friends. Surround yourself with financially savvy individuals who inspire and motivate you to make smart financial decisions. Number 14, stay disciplined and consistent. All right, listen up, because we're about to talk about 2 of the most powerful weapons in your arsenal when it comes to achieving financial success: discipline and consistency. I'm talking about the kind of laser-focused determination that keeps you on track, even when the going gets tough. Here's the deal. Achieving financial success isn't about luck or chance. It's about rolling up your sleeves, putting in the work, and staying disciplined and consistent day in and day out. Stick to your budget like your financial future depends on it, because it does. I'm talking about tracking every penny, cutting out unnecessary expenses, and living within your means. Sure, it might mean saying no to that fancy dinner or skipping that impulse purchase, but trust me when I say this, the payoff is worth it. Next up, stick to your savings goals. Whether it's building an emergency fund, saving for retirement, or putting aside cash for that dream vacation, stay disciplined and consistent with your savings strategy. Set up automatic transfers. Make it a non-negotiable part of your budget, and watch your savings grow over time. And let's not forget about sticking to your investment strategy. Whether you're investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, or all of the above, stay the course even when the market gets rocky. Remember, investing is a long-term game, and trying to time the market or chase quick gains is a recipe for disaster. Staying disciplined and consistent isn't always easy. It means saying no to instant gratification, resisting temptation, and staying the course even when faced with adversity. But trust me when I say this. The rewards that come from staying disciplined and consistent are worth every sacrifice made along the way. Number 15, never stop improving. Lastly, but also one of the most important principles for achieving lasting financial success, and that's the mindset of never stopping improvement. Financial success isn't just a one-time achievement. It's a journey that requires constant growth, adaptation, and learning. Whether you're just starting out on your financial journey or you're already well on your way, there's always room for improvement. Continuously strive to better your financial situation, adapt to changing circumstances, and learn from both your successes and your failures. Never become complacent with your financial situation. No matter how comfortable you may feel, there's always room to grow, to improve, and to push yourself to new heights. Whether it's increasing your income, boosting your savings, or diversifying your investments, there's always more you can do to better your financial outlook. Don't just focus on the numbers. True financial success isn't just about how much money you have in the bank. It's about how well you manage that money, how you use it to achieve your goals and live a fulfilling life. So take the time to educate yourself about personal finance, to develop good financial habits, and to make smart decisions with your money. And don't forget to learn from both your successes and your failures. Every financial decision you make, whether it's a win or a loss, is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become better at managing your money. So, embrace those opportunities, learn from your mistakes, and use them to propel yourself forward on your journey to financial success. Remember, financial success is a journey, not a destination. It's about continuous growth, adaptation, and learning. So stay committed to lifelong financial growth and prosperity and never stop improving. Because the only way is up. Let's make it happen. Getting your finances in order isn't easy, but it's necessary for a secure and prosperous future. Embrace the brutal honesty, take control of your finances, and start making positive changes today. Remember, there are no excuses in the pursuit of financial success. It's time to live life in overdrive and achieve the financial freedom you deserve. Subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below by letting us know what you would add or change to get your finances in order.